Have you ever wondered why fun feels effortless for some seasons of your life and nearly impossible in others? Or you can see fun is so easy for some of your friends and you're wondering, why isn't it easy for you? Maybe you're tired, maybe you're stressed, or maybe there's something deeper happening with your energy. What if I told you that it could be something entirely different than looking at your diet, your exercise, your supplements? Buckle up to this episode where you will hear how the surprising connection between your chakras impacts your ability to experience joy, creativity, play, and aliveness, and what you can do if you've been feeling like you've lost your spark. Hey, fun friend. Welcome to the Finding Fun Experiment podcast, where we crack your code to health and wellness by teaching you how to have more fun in your life. With me, Treena, your life fun expert and host, believing when we make fun, laughter, and play a priority in our lives as a must-have, not a nice-to-have, your world and the world around you is brighter, lighter, and a lot more healthy. I am here having fun today with Amy Lipton, Reiki Master, teacher, sound bath practitioner, and spiritual mentor. We met, get this, holding hands. This is no joke. This is no joke. When we first met, we got together in a circle honoring kicking off this event. And she stood behind me and held my hand. And it was like a pulse was pulsing through. I'm like, well, this is a cool chick and holding hands with. And to get to know Amy better, not you have to hold your hand, but I asked her to do some homework. So Amy, how excited are you for this conversation today?
My gosh. Okay. I love to talk about anything spiritual, but chakras are a love of mine. So I'm so excited to show the fun side of some of the work I do.
Wonderful. And you already said I'm wearing the right color. So for those that are looking, I'm wearing orange.
Yeah.
And you shared with me what about orange?
So orange, it represents your sacral chakra. So that honestly is your fun zone. And we'll get more into that. But I always like to tell people, if you want to honor or talk to one of your chakras or feed one of your chakras, wear that color.
Okay.
So I have worn, it's like a reddy orange. So red is our root chakra. And again, orange is our sacral. They're right next to each other, one above the other. And so I kind of thought, oh, that's a good one for me to wear today, just to honor what we're going to be doing.
I love it. And if you've noticed, my branding colors are all oranges and reds and a bit of gold and color. And so I'm on brand for the fun chakras. So that's fantastic.
Totally.
Okay. So Amy, your homework today, as a way for our listeners to get to know you better, is I asked you to do the National Institute for Play's personality test. And it's one of the first things we do when I take a woman through a fun formula program. I do a one-on-one coaching program for 2 months or 3 months. And it's about identifying the play personality. It's like our starting point. So what play personality are you? And was there a surprise and discovery, and why? Can't wait to hear.
I'm an explorer and an organizer.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. Now, they seem like two opposite ends of the spectrum almost, but they really fit me. And I'll tell you why. So I am by no means perfect in any of these things I'm going to talk about. So have you heard of human design? No. So it's one of those personality spiritual tests. So you know how we used to do back in the 80s or 90s or whenever we did those, like you were a red or a blue or a green or a, right?
Yes, or an orange. Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that, but more for spirituality terms.
Okay.
And so in the human design world, I am a Manny Gen.
A Manny Gen.
A Manny Gen.
Okay.
So basically I have 1,000 ideas going on all at one time. I'm ready to explore them all. I'm ready to ditch ones that don't work, try something else that does. And again, that is why, like on my vision board in my closet, I have a gazillion stickies because they're all things I want to do. So that makes sense to me, that like being an explorer is very much a Manny Gen issue. Personality.
Yeah. Awesome.
But now if we go to astrology, which again, that is not my wheelhouse, but I do know a little bit. I am a Capricorn. So a Capricorn is extremely structured, very organized, gets things done in an orderly fashion.
Right.
So again, that just really puts everything together like an organizer.
Okay. So
right?
then, so that didn't surprise you then, these play personalities
Yeah,
that
it was
popped
like,
up.
oh, that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
But now, just one more thing. In
Yes.
numerology, again, not something that it's my wheelhouse. I am a ruling 5. So
Okay.
the numerology grid is a grid of 9. 5
Okay.
is right in the middle.
Right. Okay.
I love connection. I really want experiences. I learn by living and trying and exploring. So I really feel like your homework test was dead on.
Right on. Okay. So let me ask you then this question. In these play personality tests, do you find that there's any roadblocks to experiencing any of these in your life?
No,
Okay.
because every experience you do is going to take you probably out of your comfort zone. And you really can't grow or learn unless you go into that uncomfortableness. And so, yeah, just exploring so much, being curious, I really think, especially for, I'll say, women of a certain age, is almost, it needs to be on our wish list. Yeah.
So you're finding women aren't as curious of a certain age.
I think we become more curious as we get older.
Okay. But it'd be great if it started earlier or a part of your life.
Well, and it did. It started when we were little,
Of course it did.
right?
Yeah, the rocks
We knew,
and the exploring and the trees and the sticks and the.
I mean, we had imagination. We had make-believe friends. We did all of that. And then somewhere along the way, society trained that out of us.
Absolutely.
Conditioned us out of it.
Yes.
Right?
And I always talk about how, when you become a teenager, all of a sudden you've got to get a little summer job, and then you've got to conform to the social circles, and then you've got to get good grades to get into school, and then you've got to get to university and college and conform there and study hard, and then you graduate, and then you've got to get a real job, and then you've got to pay a mortgage, and then you've got kids. So yes, you're untraining your play a lot along the way, and all of a sudden, you're in your 40s now, and you're like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, somewhere along the way, responsibility became no.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Well, good. You're in the right podcast. This is where we talk about fun. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. And let's get into this. So I want you to take this down to, and it's not just for a listener who might be new to this world. And we talked about this earlier in our chit chat before we started the podcast, how this medium world and energy and the spiritual world, can be deemed woo-woo and very unknown, or we have the picture of, the gypsies with the crystal balls and wearing purple and stars and all the things, and, how it's really modernized today. So explain a chakra to us, one. I never heard this word before. What in the heck is this?
So everybody has chakras.
Okay.
And simply put, chakras are energy centers in our body.
Okay. How many do we have?
So we actually have 114.
Okay. In total. Everybody has the same amount?
Total.
Okay.
Everybody has the same amount. That being said, I have read other books that state that we have almost 72,000.
What?
But
that's far from 114.
I know. Scientifically, they've been able to prove that we have 114.
Okay. How do you prove that you have a chakra?
Because it's the meridians in our body. So we have meridians in our body.
Okay. Yeah.
And where they meet, that is a chakra point.
Okay. So where they meet.
That is an energy center. So if you go to, say, an acupuncturist or a Chinese medicine doctor, they really work on the meridians in your body.
Okay. Of where they put the needles in, or the electric, or this or that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
But in today's world of chakras, we pretty much focus on 7 of them.
Okay.
That's really what we focus on.
7 main ones. Okay.
7 main ones. Do you want me to go through them?
Yeah. Let's hear them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have our crown chakra.
Okay.
So that sits right at the top.
Yeah.
That is a white or really deep purple color.
Okay. So these chakras have colors. Okay.
Yes. So I wanted to say, this is how much fun is it that chakras have colors and they're shaped like a ball. And just think of us juggling all these chakra colors. How fun is that?
Pretty fun if you're a juggler.
Yeah, I can't juggle, but it's still fun.
Okay.
So we have our crown chakra. Then we have our third eye chakra.
Okay.
So it sits right here. It's like an indigo color.
Okay.
Then we have our throat chakra, blue.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have our heart chakra,
Okay. Yeah.
which is green.
Okay.
Then right below and above our belly button, we have our solar plexus, which is yellow.
Okay.
Then right below our belly button is our sacral, which we now know is orange.
Okay.
And right at the base of your body, right where your tailbone is our root chakra, and that's red.
Okay. So there's just 7.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Again, there's more, but those are the ones we
Those are
focus
the main
on.
ones. Yeah. You got 114, some say thousands. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So then the fun chakra is below the belly button then.
Yes.
Okay. And that's the orange one.
That's the sacral.
Okay. So that's one we're going to be paying attention to today.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all fun and they all have a place for fun and they all give us a little bit of this and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if we wanted to just pick on one, nah, it would be your sacral.
Okay. So I'm already going to pause for a second because what's interesting to me is one of my fun formula frameworks is I call it the fire in the belly pulse check. So I am like, I don't know anything about chakras. I'm learning them right now from you. So isn't that interesting? So one of my frameworks is I tell people is I do a very natural habit at the end of my day. Usually it's before I'm in bed, I'm just, kind of going through my Rolodex of things I did during the day. And I do a pulse check of, okay, what amped me up? What didn't amp me up? And I feel it in my tummy. That's like, I feel it there.
Yeah.
And if it feels all tingly and happy, like keep doing more of it. If it didn't, and I don't have to do it, like, of course we have to do our taxes and all those things. But if I have control over not doing it, then I like knock it off my list. I'm like, great. That's my indicator that did not amp me up, did not make me feel alive, did not make me feel fun environment. It's kicked to the curb. So I'm clearly in your world using my chakra to identify that.
Totally.
Crazy.
Totally. Without even knowing it.
Yes, without even knowing it. The fire in the belly pulse check, I call it.
I have a phrase, you can't make this shit up. And that's it right there.
Okay. So very interesting. That's definitely one of my ahas of this conversation already.
Your sacral chakra, it's like your creativity, your pleasure, your passion, your joy.
Right.
So, when you think of where your sacral chakra is, it is below your belly button, kind of in that boom chicka wow wow area.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, mine was a bit higher, but I guess it could flow back and forth.
So like that's very much pleasure, passion.
Yes.
Playfulness, like feeling alive. Yeah, that's definitely when it's flowing, like it's almost like you want to dance in your kitchen.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
and
yes.
When it's blocked, it's almost like you need a committee to decide if you're allowed to enjoy yourself today.
Right. Yes.
Right. Like there's something just like almost constricting it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then, okay, let's get into that. A curious question then. So, so for me, somehow I can feel it. I can identify it. It's flowing, or it's like I am in tune with it.
Yes.
So why are some people naturally in tune with it and others are not?
So really, some people are more connected to themselves. Like you are connected at least to that chakra.
Correct. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So some people are just more connected, more aware of their bodies. And some people really, because again, we talked about this earlier, conditioning, we just abandoned ourselves. Sometimes we become almost like a shell.
Yes.
We
I call that survival mode. Like you just rinse and repeat,
totally.
rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Like you get up, you go to work, you come home, have dinner, have a glass of wine, you go to bed.
Yeah.
Let's do it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you're just a shell. It's not that easy to live a vibrant life all the time. And so most of us has simply just learned how to listen what energizes us, like you and your at the end of the day, instead of spending all day doing things that actually drain it.
Right. Yes.
Right?
Yes. I also have a part of my fun formula program called identifying your anti-fun. So that's the draining part. Like let's identify the things actually that are your like no-goes and let's start to like be aware of them and knock them off the list. Again, we all have to do our taxes. I get that. In case Revenue Canada's listening. But yes, we do, majority of the things though, we can identify. And that's why these play personality tests are really important, because it really helps me look at, actually, like going to concerts isn't my fun, or being with lots of people. Or I had one of my clients, she identified she actually hates going to bars, and her friends would do hiking and they go to a bar after, and she's found herself like really not wanting to be involved anymore. But it was the bar part that she didn't like.
Yeah.
So when she identified in her play personality that's not her jam, she did the hike part and said to her friends, great, go for your,
see you later.
drink. Yeah, see you later. So that, it's identifying that, not being really aware of it, because again, society thinks we should enjoy going to concerts or bars or those things. And so really identifying the anti-fun is important.
I mean, it's almost as easy as going back to the introvert extrovert, right? I mean, what fills you? What gives you energy? So as an extrovert, that would be going to a concert.
Yes.
Right?
And isn't there like a bunch of verts now? There's, I don't even know what the verts are. There's just a lot of verts.
Yeah, no, there is a lot of verts.
I'm an extrovert living like an introvert. I'm introvert living like an extrovert. I'm a combined. I'm a perivert. I don't know. There's just a whole. I have to do a show about the verts, because I would be super interesting.
You should. But so you just have to be aware. I mean, awareness is key in anything we do. But awareness is key. Like, feel your body. Be aware of the signals your body is giving you. Like, when you meet that one friend for coffee, when you leave, are you like drained and you got to go sleep for an hour? If you do, then that's your sign saying maybe you need to like put a boundary up there.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Or like going to a concert. Like, are you buzzing for 5 days? Awesome. Like that is your jam.
Yes. Yes. So let's talk about a blocked chakra. Like, could a blocked chakra be one of the reasons why fun is so hard for us?
Absolutely. Again, like kind of what I mentioned before is adults are almost like we're professional fun postponers. Right? Because as we've grown up and taken on responsibilities, it's almost been like, we'll have fun when the kids are older. When work slows down, when the house is cleaner. Oh gosh, I'm a big one of that. When, I
don't know what you're saying.
Okay, wait, I got to clean the house and then we can have fun.
I think you're speaking a foreign language.
But at some point, we have to realize that fun shouldn't be, I really dislike that word, shouldn't or should, isn't a reward for finishing life.
Of course,
It's part of what keeps us alive. It's really what feeds our soul.
Yes,
and
it
so
is.
definitely when a chakra is blocked, and it doesn't have to be just your sacral chakra, anytime that a chakra is blocked, it affects the other chakras because they are meant to work together.
It's like a big flow system.
It's a total flow system.
So how does it get blocked? Can you tell us that? Like what? So let's focus again back to the fun chakra. Like why would it get blocked?
So it could be, as big as a trauma.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So our chakras, just like our body and different parts of our body, our body is so smart that it automatically protects us. So if for some reason you have been told over and over and over again that you need to be a good girl, you need to listen to the rules, speak when you're spoken to, right? Those are things that probably we were told when we were little. Like eventually, even though you don't necessarily remember them in your head, they're in your body still. They stick there. And sometimes they will block your chakras. If we are not moving our energy, if we're not clearing our chakras, again, if we're not being aware.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how that happens.
Okay. Well, that does make sense. So because our bodies are smart, so they're doing very smart things that we're not even realizing. So how do I unblock this fun chakra? Because I don't want that to get in the way of my fun.
No. And so again, it is really what you want to do is you want to be aware of what doesn't feel right. So again, taking note, like kind of like what you do at the end of the night, like what filled my cup today? What made me dance in my kitchen? Did I dance in my kitchen? And be aware of it. I always say, write it down. I'm a big writer downer of everything because also when you write it down and then a week later you go back and you're like, yeah, I did that, but I'm not doing that anymore.
Right. Yeah. Just scratch it out with a big X or something.
It's a really good awareness test for yourself.
So, but how does that unblock my chakra though if I start to
dance?
Okay, so movement will actually
Movement is
unblock.
huge.
Okay, so that
Yes.
actually will physically unblock it.
Physically, get
Okay.
into nature.
Okay.
So nature is one of the best sucker outs of bad energy.
I like that. Sucker outs.
Sucker outs.
Yeah.
Of bad energy, negative energy, low vibrational energy.
Okay.
If you go into nature for 10 minutes a day, it will love on you so hard. Way back when I lived back in the prairies, I knew a lady, and actually she was a gypsy. So interesting. But she told me, find a spruce tree. So go into the forest and find a spruce tree and hang on to the branch with 2 hands. So 2 branches, 2 hands, and lean back. So first off, the spruce tree will hold you every frickin' time. And also, as you're holding it, it is, I'm getting goosebumps. It is taking all of your stuff that no longer serves you. It is taking what you do not need to carry anymore. And it is going to hold you. It's going to give you space.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go into nature. I mean, one of the other easiest ways is come see me. Come see, not just me. Come see any energy modality.
Right.
Like Reiki, sound bath.
Right.
Because all of those Reiki, sound bath frequencies, they actually move the cells in your body.
Okay.
So again, if we want to get scientific, that's a really good way to also start to move that.
Okay. Okay, great. That's great. Okay, so there's really 3 ways. So
yeah,
get to nature.
I mean, there's more, but those are
but those are good.
the
Those are good.
easiest 3.
Good for us if we're at the 101 stage. So nature, and then Reiki, and then the sound baths with the movements. And one of my little stories I was in the Amazon a few years ago and on a hike with one of the locals, and he said, "Oh, go to this tree in the Amazon." And I can't remember the name of it. And it was big tree, had gigantic roots. Like it was like a monster tree. And actually wasn't even a very nice looking tree. It was actually quite an unfriendly looking tree. It looked a little bit like intimidating. And he says, okay, go stand and like wrap your arms around this tree. This is like a healing tree. And that very similar to what your experience was in Alberta. And he says where people go to this tree and they are healed and so same idea, right? It removes the blocks of all the things. And he didn't talk about chakras, but in his own world. And it was that's the healing tree. It's where we go for our healing. And so I wrapped myself around that big ugly tree and I'm like, just heal anything you got in me.
Yeah,
please,
take
it all, whatever it is. And so it was, but I could feel it. And whether, again, sounding kind of woo woo in my head or not, but, I embraced their culture and I did feel like it felt really good. I don't know what was going on. It just felt really nice. It just felt really, really good. Yeah.
Another great way is, again, we're getting in nature, but taking off your shoes and walking on the sand, the rocks, the grass. Because again, like Mother Earth, she will take anything that you don't want anymore. She takes it, she recycles it, turns it back into love and puts it back into the universe. I mean, I know that sounds, but it is. It's like a recycle program.
Okay, I love that. And that's a simple thing we all can do. Just go outside, find some grass and go walk in the bare feet. And I know I definitely will validate that for myself without being in your world. Like the first thing I do when I am somewhere, I can land somewhere and there's some sand. First thing I do is kick off my shoes, not go to the bar and get a cocktail. It's take off my shoes and run around in that sand, on that warm sand on my feet that I might not felt. And, I'm blessed enough to live in a property that's got lots of trees and moss in our grass. Which,
that feels so good.
It's so good. So as soon as the weather can get a little bit warm, even in the winter, I'll walk out there, my bare feet to the hot tub because I just love that squishy feeling on my feet. And again, for kids, right? All they want to do is rip their socks off and run around in the grass.
Totally.
Right? It's like awesome. So bare feet, I'm a big fan too. Yeah.
I joke all the time that I can't think with my shoes on. Yeah, I take my shoes off at every opportunity.
I can't think with my shoes on. That's it's so restricting. I know winter comes like I love you boots, but I also hate you.
Oh yeah. Shoes and jackets. I am a no jacket person.
That's why you've moved from Alberta to a warmer climate.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just writing that. I can't think with my shoes on.
Yeah.
We're quoting Amy on that one. I love that. Okay, so we've got some ideas to unblock our chakras for the fun and some things that people can do like at home. So again, we've got the bare feet, we've got the nature to suck it out, we've got the Reiki, we've got the sound bath. Tell us a bit about maybe some fun activities. You already talked about movement and dancing. What are some other activities that we could put into play? Hiking, clearly walking.
Yeah, so definitely, again, anything in nature, everybody's activity is going to be different.
Right, yeah.
Right? I like to dance in my own house, not in front of anybody, because I'm not a good dancer. Or I don't perceive myself as a good dancer.
I'm just challenged. I've created a little challenge for myself to get you dancing with me somewhere.
Okay, I love it. Let's do it. But like even back in January, I did an 8-week Kundalini dance program.
What's a Kundalini dance?
Okay, that's a type of yoga and a type of breathing.
Okay.
But now the dance instructor mixed it with dance.
Okay.
And it was the most, so first off, we danced. So there was 8 of us, 6 of us, doesn't matter. We danced with our eyes closed, which was really helpful for me because I knew nobody was going to be watching.
Yeah.
But the freeness, the movement and again, so we went through the different chakras, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. During this dance?
Yes, during the dances. So 1 week was the root, the next was.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a question, a curious question, trying to visualize this dance, chakra dance. How would you, like, if you're picking on the head one, what does that dance look like?
I can't remember.
Okay. Don't worry, I can chat GPT this later.
So I'll give you an idea. So we worked on our third eye. The one that we worked on our third eye. We were actually blindfolded.
Okay.
So even though we normally danced with our eyes closed,
right,
we also put a blindfold on.
Okay.
And essentially what that did is, so your third eye is all about intuition, tuning into your inner knowing already, your psychic abilities, if you will, if you believe that. And so putting the blindfold on also then created us to have trust.
Okay.
Right? Because so many of us have intuition, have gut feelings, but we don't trust them. Right? We don't believe ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
And so what this did is it basically allowed us to have a blindfold on. We had to trust ourselves, but also trust the dance instructor.
I see.
That she would, if we got too close to another person or
coordinate, you would run into somebody. And
exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So it was honestly such a magical experience. So dancing.
Okay.
Movement is so big. And again, exercise too. Not that I talk about it a lot, but any type of movement is going to fill that sacral chakra. Not just your sacral chakra, all of them. It's just so important because, think of people in like a nursing home.
Right.
Right? They're not moving that much. And so when they're not moving, usually what happens is they're ruminating about the past or worrying about the present or the future.
Declining.
Right? Movement is so huge. However you want to do it. If you just want to walk to the end of the block and back every day, fab. Like, do it. But do it intentionally. Do it with the purpose of, I'm going to move some energy today.
Okay. Well, I've never thought of my exercise that way. I just go out and do it. And I do it first thing in the morning.
Good job.
Because, the day goes by and then all of a sudden the end comes and you're like, oh, I'm not so energetic anymore. But
yeah.
But I know when I have to skip it, because sometimes you just can't fit it in the day or you're traveling or whatever. Like my energy for that day is very, very different. And I feel it like almost like a veil. So when I exercise, the veil, like having a cup of coffee. And if I don't, that veil just sits there throughout the day. Like I knew.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm one of those people where, and I don't know, maybe you probably know this answer already, but like I'm not a gentle mover. Like, going for a walk for me, absolutely, if that's the best thing I can do, that's the best thing I can do. But I'm like, I go to boxing and I listen to the boom, boom, boom. Like this is like, there's 20 men and we're all like pounding the bag. And like, I need like hard. Yeah. The yoga thing just does not do it for me. I need to go big. And then
you like that masculine energy.
Yes. And then after the end, I'm just like, rawr, and then that just sets me up for my day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I don't have that, it definitely does not amp me up.
Totally.
Yeah. So I love the rah. And then recently I joined a paddle boating team.
Wow.
A dragon boating
Dragon
team.
boat?
Yeah, dragon boat. And so that's been another interesting experience because it's at the end of my day. So our practices are at the end of my day. And so there, 18 people, like it's a whole technique and a thing, and you're doing you're doing it together. So it's like a team energy, which you probably have another, idea and opinion about that. But it definitely, and then I'm like, this is a different kind of feeling now. At the end of my night, I'm very hungry. I never eat at night ever. Like ever.
Oh.
I'm usually a one day a meal person and snacks in between. But I come home from this paddling and I'm like ravenous. Yeah. And it takes like a lot of, the other thing I like about the mornings for me, my energy, I like to be wild in my energy. Like I don't like to be thinking a yoga pose would be like, that's too much thinking.
You got to focus.
Yeah. I don't like focusing, but this paddling, you got to like focus and you got to be in sync and you've got to like do it a certain way. And there's 1,000 ways you got to move your body and in alignment with 18 other people. So it's a whole kind of team chakra energy in there. Yeah.
I'm going to dive into that a little bit. I want to figure out how the chakras, how the energy works, because there is something there about the team. I'm going to get back to you on that.
Okay. Yes. Something's going on. Something's going on with the whole
I know.
team
I'm like, whoa. Okay.
energy. Very different. Yeah. But I've never... I played on lots of team sports, which is why I wanted to get into paddling because I missed the team, but I was just expecting, beer, socials and do some paddling, some exercise, meet some new girlfriends and off we go. But this is like a whole thing. It was just super fun. Okay. So movement, 100% agree with that. Okay. So for someone who is still thinking all this is woo woo, and I feel for the woo woo critical people out there, I think I'm proving a bit of like, okay, even if it's woo woo, like I'm experiencing that in a non woo woo analytical way. Yeah. Even though I feel everything I'm saying could be a woo woo explanation. Where do you think they would start if they want to just kind of like dip their big toe into this woo woo, but not really woo woo area?
Yeah. And I think the easiest way is honestly, don't start with chakras. Don't start with anything, honestly, that makes you uncomfortable. Doesn't mean I don't want you to be curious, because the minute a roadblock is put up, you're not going to do it. And so we kind of talked about it already, like getting outside. But the biggest thing is the awareness, which I know we already talked about, but really being aware of what feeds you, what drains you, what gives you life, what makes you cry, what exhausts you or makes you grumpy, what puts a smile on your face for the rest of the day. And if you can just start there, and again, write those things down. Like a journal, I am not a big journaler. I will be very honest with you, but I do write certain things down because I know they will matter maybe tomorrow or the next week. But it's definitely like, you don't have to look at crystals, even though I'm a crystal lover all over the place. You don't have to like be running outside and grabbing a turban for your head. You don't need to meditate every day, but just be aware. Just start with one thing.
And what would one thing be in that, do you think? What would you recommend that one thing be?
Every day, pick one part of your body. And I'm not talking about a chakra. So talk about your throat. How is your throat feeling today? Not chakra, throat. Does it feel tight? Is there a little bit of phlegm in there? Are you coughing? Are you clearing your throat? Does it feel easy to swallow? Just be aware. The next day, maybe.
Okay, sorry, just to pause you for a second. So say I feel something scratchy in there, or phlegmy. What does that mean then? What does that mean to me?
It doesn't always mean anything.
Okay.
I mean, it could mean that you're coming down with a cold or allergies.
Likely.
Right? But it can also mean other things so your throat chakra is one of those chakras that, again, as we get older, we are coming back into. So, the older we get, we've taken off the good girl mentality. We're okay to say our feelings and not really give too much about what your neighbor might think. Whereas 20 years ago, we would have been, oh no, that's going to upset them. We got to be quiet now. And even as I say that, my throat tightened.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm talking about. Just being aware.
Okay. So your throat, as an example of your body, is going to give you an indicator of something.
Yes.
Of something. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, one of the easiest parts would be your gut.
Right. The fire in the belly.
The fire in the belly. So our sacral or our solar plexus chakra, which is right above the belly button, is our power center. It's who we are, but it's also who we were conditioned to be.
Okay.
And the things that we were taught when we were little. And so again, I mentioned earlier, a lot of that stuff stays inside us. But it also shows us. So when you walk into a room and let's just say somebody's just had an argument in there, you walk into the room after they've had an argument, your stomach will automatically feel the tension. And so when I say pay attention to different parts of your body, so notice, what does your stomach feel like? Is it tight? Is it gurgling? Is it all of a sudden getting upset? Like all of it can mean something.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it has to, but just be aware, because the more you are aware of different parts of your body, and again, keeping a journal of it,
to make sense of it,
you're going to have more aha moments and like, so-and-so had an argument and my body didn't like that.
Okay.
What do I do about that?
Okay. Yeah. And, I've had many moments where I've walked. So say I rent an Airbnb somewhere, I'm traveling, and I'll, walk into the space and I'll just be like, ooh,
it doesn't feel good.
I gotta sleep here. It's not gonna be, it does not feel like someone recently died here. I know some bad mojo's has happened in this space. And yeah, that to me is obviously a body feeling. And it is, can't be shaken, right? So then you just sleep all night and get hightail out of there in the morning and don't ask for any history of the building that you're in. But yeah, those are things where your body is saying like, this does not feel good.
Your body's telling you. I mean, there's also ways to deal with that too. There's like, sage, there's Palo Santo, there's crystals, there's...
Geez, yeah. But I'm not walking around with those things. Yeah, you do. I don't. I'm like, just get her done, get through this night. I'm out of here. I made it through the night. Go.
Nobody. Yeah.
I'll have to carry some rocks around with me, clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's wrap up with this question. You've provided so much good information. So for someone who's listening and they definitely are identifying, I've lost my spark, my mojo, my get up and go, my fun, feeling alive, my vibrancy, what would you want them to know about getting it back through their chakras? What would you want to tell them? You have one thing to tell somebody.
Gosh, one thing.
One thing. Because sometimes we only can listen to one thing.
Yes, that is right. So the one thing would be have 5 minutes of quiet every day.
Okay. Just to feel your body, or like what's the why in there?
So because when you allow your body to quiet, and it's not going to be perfect right away, just so you know, it's not, you're not going to just sit there and go, oh yeah, this is great. No, you're going to sit there and like, oh, I got this grocery list. I forgot to clean this. Oh, don't forget to go pick up Bobby from blah, blah, blah. But eventually you're going to train yourself. But to sit in quiet, give yourself grace. So none of this is to, none of it has to be judged. Don't shame yourself. Don't guilt yourself. Give yourself grace. And remember, it's today only. So again, give yourself grace in that it's only for today. So with the Reiki principles, there's 5, and they always are today only because it keeps you in the present. So today only, I'm going to just sit for 2 minutes. And then when you do, you're going to go, okay, yeah, no, I thought of 100 things to do. No problem. Don't hang on to that. Do it again tomorrow and sit. Because the minute you start to become quiet, that's when the awareness will come in. Once you have the awareness, okay, I didn't like how I felt there. What can I do? Oh, yeah. Treena told me I should dance. I'm going to put on my favorite song and I'm going to dance. It's almost like there's a book, like habit stacking. Just start with one thing. Once you've got that and you feel pretty comfortable, do the next. Once you have that, now do the next.
Yeah. Great advice. And in project management land, we call those small pilots, small tests, small tests of a pilot.
Tests.
Tests. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that's great advice. I feel for myself when you said that, I don't practice meditation, or again, I'm not a big yoga person. I like the stretching, but I don't like the long, I like give me the rah stuff. But what I do as a normal thing, a habit, I guess I do every morning. I give myself extra 5 minutes and I vision the day ahead. I just give myself that space. I never hop out of bed unless I'm late or something, or my alarm doesn't go off and I'm late. Crap, blah, blah, blah. But I never wake up in a chaotic state. I just lie there and I just like snuggling in my, so cozy and warm. And I give myself that 5-10 minutes. I think about the day ahead, what's ahead of me. I visualize it, all of the nice things that are going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's always visualized, like always it turning out awesome.
Yeah.
And just, I feel for me, that's that 5-10 minutes a day. I give myself that space before my day starts. Yeah. And it's awesome.
It is. It's just something, again, that you just do. So I do mine in the shower.
Okay.
So every time I'm in the shower with water, because I don't wash my hair every time, but I do wet it because curly hair.
Yes.
I mean, I do look like Medusa at the end of the day.
Now that I like to see.
So I wet it and I put conditioner in. And while I'm letting the conditioner sit, I literally allow the water to hit my back and just go through my morning 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it can be any time that's good for you.
Yeah. So whatever works for you, don't make it difficult. Like, I mean, honestly, let it be easy.
Yeah. Build it into like your routine.
Yeah.
So again, for me in the shower, my music's great.
Yeah. Of course.
It's like, wash my hair. It's time to amp it up, people. So that would not be my time to have
So when you're snuggled in bed, perfect.
That's so cozy. Well, Amy, thank you. And I usually wrap up a podcast with one aha, one and one what the. And again, there was a lot to pull out. So I have been scribbling as you've been chatting. Okay, so my one aha is really all the chakras and the woo-woo you're talking about really is actually equates so much to the fun formula, which is crazy because I never, ever, ever would have thought that. That is a real aha to me.
Yeah, having fun is
it's crazy. Right.
Yeah.
And it's all in line, like the fire in the belly pulse check, which is a chakra, to movement, which is a big part of fun, that connection, the flow, the curiosity, that's all aligned with having more fun in your life. So that's a big aha. My while there was many what the's.
Oh dear.
I think the chakra dancing, I really would like to see a YouTube video on that chakra dancing with like what in the world? So that to me is a what? Like what does that look like?
I recommend it for everybody.
I'll have to watch the video first and
it's amazing.
Decide that. Well, maybe you come dancing with me out at some live concert, and then I could do chakra. We could trade.
Fair. I'll do that. Yep.
Okay. And then my was when you talked about the chakra of your throat. I have never thought about my throat in my entire life. I have I don't ever look at my throat out, but I never even look at my throat. I don't think about my throat. I've been ignoring my throat my whole life. So it's interesting again, I'm more in tune with my belly, obviously. Say my head I'm in tune with. I don't like how my head feels, but so there's probably a lot of chakras many of us just don't even think about or know about interesting.
Oh, that's really great. I love that. If nothing else, that we've brought awareness to your throat chakra today. You speak on podcasts. Like, how is this right? How can we create more harmony in your throat chakra?
Yeah, how can you?
We can. Oh, we can. Okay, that might be a whole nother podcast.
I think that could be another episode. Okay, we're going to come back for part 2. We'll leave the listeners hanging because I'm hanging. I'm like, what in the world could happen with my throat that could even open it up more? Well, thank you, Amy. And it's just been pure joy having you here. And I'm so grateful that we held hands. I don't hold hands with strangers every day, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And thanks to the listeners for listening and being open and wanting to learn how to have fun in a very unique way to maybe many of us that have not experienced chakras or these type of conversations before, and for wanting to prioritize their life to benefit benefit their health and their wellness. And if this episode has opened up something in you and you have a friend that could benefit from it, please share it with them. Because again, we want to spread all the how to have more fun in the world, across the world for the fun movement. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss out on any of the future fun episodes. And until next fun time, remember, pay attention to your belly button, your throat, your head, 7 of the chakras. Pay attention to something. And as Amy said, just take 5 minutes just to be quiet and reflect, think, empty, whatever you need to do in your life, and go get some fun.
Yes.
Bye, Amy.